All right, we're back with another brand update. This is brand update 3. The main thing I'm going to be talking about today is my struggles to find the manufacturer, which I'll get into. But first, we're going to start with the fun stuff. Now, the fun stuff is this. The fabric. Since I last spoke on a brand update, I've landed on what fabric I'm going to be using. This one right here. There's only one minor issue. That's sort of an issue, not really, but this thing is as close to finalized as you can get. Just some details on it. It is a 55% linen, 45% viscose rayon, 184 GSM. Originally, I was looking for an 100% linen. I was basically looking for the softest 100% linen I could find, which is, for those who remember, the original linen I sourced, but couldn't end up using because there was such a limited supply of it. That was an 100% linen and it was nice and soft. So I started going down that path, but then I also sampled some linen, cotton, and rayon blends, and I realized how soft those were, and I was definitely going for a nice soft feel, and I landed on this one, and it is a slightly heavier fabric to use for a shirt. At 184 GSM, the standard kind of shirt GSM is around 150, and I think it being thicker just gives it a higher quality feel, makes it a little bit more durable, and I think will make it fall on the body a lot nicer, as long as I didn't go overboard, which we'll see in the sampling process. Now, the only issue I have with it right now is the color. This was the original sample I ordered, which is kind of a beige, but it's a little dirty. It's kind of dark and it doesn't shine as much as I would like it to, or it's not as bright as I would like it. And then this other one, which is a cream beige or cream off white maybe. This one's almost a little bit too bright. I'm going more for something in between these, like a cream, like the original sample that I showed you. And I think there's a chance that this color that I ordered and was sent could be off, because this more closely resembles another color that I didn't mean to order, which I think I could have potentially been sent. I sent out an email and I'm waiting for a response on that. So we'll see, but the more and more I'm looking at this color, the more and more I'm really starting to like it. So I might just end up going with this. You may also remember that I sampled buttons. I found one I liked, but then again, there was such a low supply of them that I couldn't use it. So I found another one that I am very happy with. These buttons are meant to really pop on the shirt, which is part of the reason why I wanted the brighter color, because these contrast a lot better with a brighter color. There's 3 colors in here. There's like a nice dark cream, and then like a hazelnut, a very small amount of hazelnut tracing a really dark brown. I think those 3 work really well together and look great on the fabric. Great contrast. It's awesome, man. And the size I'm going with is 24L, which is 15 millimeters or 5/8 of an inch. It's a slightly larger size than a standard shirt because I want them to pop a little bit. And just a fun little fact for you guys, 24L. L is like the standard unit of measurement for buttons, which I learned this a couple weeks ago. It stands for ligne. Ligne? But it's French for line, but more specifically, it's French for a unit of measurement. So L is just like a French unit of measurement, which I guess is the standard across the world. I don't know, but if you know anything about buttons, this is a 24L. Let's get into the manufacturing fiasco. So originally I had a manufacturer picked out. I've mentioned that a few times. I've been like, yeah, I got one in New York City, and I did have one in New York City that I was kind of ready to roll with this shirt. Anyway, when I had everything ready to go, I reached out for them to start the process, and it took them a week and a half to get back to me, which in my eyes was too long. And I can somewhat get it, you know, me being definitely a small fish for them. I'm probably not very high up on the priority list, which is okay, but also I don't want that. During this process, I want quick responses, easy communication, and clear communication, and I want to feel like the project is getting the time and attention that I would put into it if I were the one actually sewing it. Anyway, they took long to respond, which I was a little thrown off with. But not only that, the estimated prices they gave me for cutting and sewing with them was way too high. Not only was the cutting and sewing too expensive, but the sampling process prices seemed a bit inflated for the shirt I'm making, because the shirt, you know the shirt. It's a very simple shirt, you know, there's nothing too complex going on. And just like a baseline price to make a sample was, I think I did the math and it was over $1,000, which I'm like, I don't think I should be paying that much for a sample. So anyway, after that, I reached out to some other manufacturers to shop the idea around a little bit, see what prices they hit me with. And the standard price that I got from a couple other manufacturers in New York City was $80 to $90 for the cutting and sewing. Now, that's just for the cutting and sewing, so that's not including the fabric, the buttons, all the other textiles, the tags, the packaging, the shipping, the little extra goodies, the little stickers in there. It's not accounting for any of that on top of the 80 to 90. So just in quick math, I would estimate that the retail price for the shirt, if I were to have someone cut and sew it for $80 to $90, retail would probably be around, it would have to be around 300 bucks. So at this point, after hearing back from these few manufacturers with these prices, I was like, maybe I should stop looking in New York City. Now, originally, I really wanted to get it done in New York City because it's like one of the fashion capitals of the world. I'm within 2.5 hours, 2.5, 3 hours of it. So I could just shoot there if there's an issue with the manufacturer, or I need to get like a fitting done, or I wanted to like go and look at the process and actually watch it. That is and was very important to me. But with those prices, I just wouldn't be able to hit the retail price that I kind of wanted to hit with the shirt. So anyway, I was talking with this other manufacturer who had factories in New York City, Shanghai, and Vietnam. And she recommended to me that I use their Shanghai factory. And she said that the price to cut and sew my design would probably be around 20 bucks, which is a lot less than $80 to $90. And also another concern of mine was that overseas manufacturing, I thought, might be a little more mass-producing in the sense that the craftsmanship wouldn't be as high. So I presented this question to this manufacturer, and I was told that actually no, the Shanghai factory, in her opinion, had better craftsmanship than their New York City factory, which I thought was interesting. And again, with the cutting and sewing process being around $20, I might be able to hit kind of my retail price goal, which is anywhere from $90 to $140. You know, I went back and forth a little bit, sat on it for a week, and then decided I wanted to go with this manufacturer, and I would have them made in Shanghai. Now, obviously that would mean I couldn't, well, I guess I could go and visit, but it wouldn't be super feasible right now. Down the line I could, but I was fine with not. Just getting the sample made and seeing proof that it can be done would have been enough for me to continue with just like this small order of these shirts. So like I said, after sitting on it for a week, I decided to go with this manufacturer, reached out to them and said, like, all right, I'm ready to go. And then was told that their New York City factory and Shanghai factory were backed up and they weren't accepting any more orders. So I doubled down a little bit. I was like, when are they going to open up? When can I submit an order? Blah, blah, blah. And then I was told, well, it's not that they're not accepting new orders, it's that the style you're trying to make does not meet their MOQ, which confused me a little bit because originally I was told the MOQ was 50 units, which I'm trying to do around 100 units just initially, which is a lot more than 50, which would be over the MOQ. So I then asked if I could get a minimum order quantity from the Shanghai factory for the specific style I'm using. So I'm currently waiting on that response to see what happens. And that's been the whole manufacturer dilemma the past, I'll say 2-3 weeks. It's been going down. I've also reached out to a couple other manufacturers, one in Lithuania and one in Bali. I still haven't heard back from the Bali one, and it's been a couple of days, which usually means they just might not even get back to me, which happens sometimes. And then the one in Lithuania is like a linen specific manufacturer, which is interesting. So I think I'm waiting on some prices from them right now. Anyway, let's move on to when I want to get this shirt released and simultaneously launch Chadman the brand. The goal date was to have everything set by May 15th, which is my birthday. Not that I wanted to like release on my birthday. I probably actually don't want to release on my birthday, but that was just a date I set for myself. Like, I want to get this out by then because, you know, right before summer, I'm making a summer shirt. By then I thought would be nice. And I thought that gave me enough time to get everything done. And I was kind of sitting pretty with everything for a little bit. I was kind of on top of everything. But now with this whole manufacturer thing, I'm losing a lot of time. I hope to get it out sorted so I can get things rolling and still kind of stay on schedule with getting everything ready before then. But we'll see. All right, final thing, new clothes. Now you might be like, new clothes? You haven't released a single thing yet. I know. But I have plans for the fall already. I know what I'm doing. And I'm just gonna keep it real vague, real mysterious. Now, some of you might know the classic orange juice hoodie. Well, I'm gonna be making the orange juice hoodie 2.0. It's gonna be a very thick hoodie, probably around 500 GSM. It's probably gonna be a cool green color, maybe a forest green, olive green. Hopefully I'll be releasing it in fall, so like September, October. And that's all you get on that right now, because that's all that I really know. And also alongside that hoodie, I believe I'm going to be trying to make a scarf, which I'm basing off this Ralph Lauren scarf I got for my dad for, I think maybe it was Christmas a few years back. That, I don't know, I wear it all the time. It's the only scarf I wear. I really like it. And that scarf is something that I can make by myself. I just need to source the fabric. I can cut it myself and I can embroider it myself. So I can handle all that production myself, which is cool. So I'm gonna try and release that alongside with the sweatshirt in the fall. Boom, and that's the brand update. That's what we got going down. Fabric is pretty much sourced. I just need to figure out the color situation. Manufacturer fiasco, it's all going down, dude. The emails are firing off right now. Release date, not sure if I'm gonna hit that. New clothes in the works.